about this is that they have also been to South Africa, but more than that, or in addition to that, I'm going to just like do them justice by actually reading some of their bios. They're from one of the best travel companies in the world and one of the best places specifically for South Africa. We partnered with Go Travel, which is renowned as it relates to their experiences that they offer in South Africa. And for those of you who joined us for Egypt, we also partnered with them to Egypt as well. So quality, experience, being able to curate travel specifically for our audience. These are all of the things that GoAway has been able to help us do. And we're excited to have this time with two key members from GoAway today to kind of talk to you a little bit more about the upcoming trip to South Africa so you know what you're going to get. So we are joined by Jennifer Murray, who is the Senior Group Sales and Reservations Manager for GoAway Trips, GoAway Groups Only. Originally from Dublin, Ireland. For those of you caught this live early, you know that she is a big fan of Ireland, of course. She has over 20 years of experience in the travel industry, spanning Ireland, the USA, and Canada. A passionate traveler herself, Jennifer is also a proud mom of three and is deeply committed to helping others explore the world. We're also joined by Melissa Webster, who I would just kind of say she's kind of our travel bestie for this, right? We communicate with her all the time on email and like she's super available to us, which makes us super available to you. She is the team leader for Africa at GoAway Groups Only, where she has worked for the past 9 years. She has 26 years of experience selling Africa and experiences like the one we're going to talk about today. She is a seasoned expert, a single mom of two boys, and a new grandmother. Girl, you look good for grandmother. Go ahead. She has passed on her love of travel to her children after taking them on adventures to Africa. So everybody give a warm welcome to our GoAway experts and partners. We're super excited for today. And then I'm just going to literally pass the mic just to give you a quick understanding of how this is going to go. I did an introduction. They're going to quickly introduce themselves, and then they're going to go through a slide deck of some of the things that you guys can look forward to on this trip to South Africa. And then we're going to do a quick Q&A, and then we've got something really special to announce to you as well. So I'm going to pass the proverbial mic and then let them take it from there. Okay? All right, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy.
Thanks, Tamika.
Thanks.
You sort of made me emotional with that little
I
intro.
know.
So thank you very, very much. Listen, everyone, it's an absolute pleasure to be here today. As Tamika mentioned, I'm Jennifer. I'm the Senior Group Sales and Reservations Manager here at GoAway. Just a little blurb about me. Yes, I was a single mum to my first son, Christian, who just turned 18. I've since gathered a husband and two more kids, but so passionate about travel. I've been with GoAway not as long as Melissa, just a couple of years now, but we are based in Canada. And what I'll say about the company is from a reputation point of view, GoAway is phenomenal. It's got a phenomenal reputation, and it's a really, really fantastic company. We're still family owned by the Hodge family, who originally hailed from Australia. We are based in Canada, and we're going to be 55 next year. So we've been in the business a long time. And what myself and Melissa specialize in is all things groups. So we love nothing more than putting together customized groups. Literally, we're not the cookie cutter type of agency. We want Tamika, I love the fact that you said the classroom coming to life. That's exactly what we do at GoAway, and we do it pretty good. So just a little bit to let you know, so those of you who weren't on the Egypt trip, everything that we do is customized and tailor-made. It's private. We have 24/7 care. So if anything was to happen when you're in South Africa or back home, we have the people on the ground. We've got somebody to talk to, and that's really, really important to us. Melissa is going to go through the fantastic itinerary that Tamika and Michael and herself tailor-made for next summer. And I personally have been to South Africa. I agree. Do you know what? It was never on my bucket list. And it was a work trip that I was actually being sent on. And oh my goodness, I loved everything about it. And what stood out the most to me is the people. The people are probably the best bit like the Irish, but I'm biased. But no, absolutely incredible people. So I know you are going to have the most amazing time. And I'm going to hand over the baton to Melissa. Melissa, do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself and then start talking about this wonderful itinerary?
Yeah, so I'm as well super excited to have worked with Michael and his team to put together this fantastic family safari. As you know, I'm a single parent with absolutely love of travel. It's my life. I took my boys to East Africa when they were 8 and 11. So I know firsthand what it's like traveling with kids. Um, and how rewarding it is. I just want to give one word of advice and bring snacks. So snacks for the plane, snacks for the hotels. You're in a completely different time change. They'll wake up in the middle of the night, so they'll be hungry. So bring snacks. That was my big, huge advice. And also I had my kid was in this picky eater phase. So I literally brought cup of noodles. You can get boiling water anywhere. So cup of noodles was my best friend. But then I found out you go to the hotels and lodges and they've got a great variety of food. But yeah, so that's pretty much where I'm at. I've been, like we said, doing Africa for 26 years, absolutely passion, and I've traveled all over Africa. So I'm excited to have your families go to this amazing country. So Tamika, do you want to share your screen so I can show the presentation?
This is where the record skips. Let me see if I can get Diana. And Diana, if you can hear us, if it's possible to share the screen, or if you could just resend me the deck. Or Melissa, I don't know if you have the deck handy, but
I have the presentation. You could probably share your screen, Melissa, and then you'll be able to
yeah,
Oh, can
do it
I
that
do
way.
it?
Yeah,
I
you
think
should be able
so.
to do it.
I
Yeah.
think so. Let's see. Just try it and
Oh,
then
yep, I think I can do it.
phenomenal. Excellent.
Joys
Let's
of
see.
technology. There we go. Yeah, you just.
Okay, do you see it? Let's do it as full screen. So are we good? You can see everything?
Yep, we sure can.
Perfect. Okay. So, basically single parents who travel, this is their 7th annual 2025 summer family vacation to South Africa in July next year. So it's a 9-day trip. You're gonna go to Cape Town, Kruger Park, Johannesburg, lots of cultural immersion for the whole family, wildlife, beautiful cities. It is definitely a trip of a lifetime. So I wanted to go through some important information first off. So international flights between your country and to South Africa are not included in the package. Only the domestic flights between Cape Town, Kruger, and Johannesburg. So your trip starts in Cape Town, ends in Johannesburg. So you'll need to make sure you're booking multi-city flights. Weather in Cape Town, you're looking at a low of 52, high of 68. You might see a little bit of rain. They're an opposite season to us. So just make sure you kind of bring some appropriate clothing. Kruger Park is a low of 52, a high of 77. However, this is the perfect season to do your game drives because the grasses are a bit lower and the visibility of the game viewing is high. So this is a perfect time to go to Kruger Park. For game drives, you'll need to layer a little bit. So maybe wear pants, even have a tank top and a sweater over top, whatever you want to do. And then you can always just take off as the game drive goes along. Vaccinations, you'll need to check out your healthcare provider or your vaccination clinic for advice. Kruger Park is a malaria area, so it's recommended to have malaria tablets. There's lots of different types of malaria pills that you can get, so just talk to your healthcare provider. You can even get, I think, a shot nowadays, which also is easy to do. Other vaccinations that might be recommended, yellow fever, typhoid, hepatitis A and B, meningitis. These are just recommended. So yeah, definitely talk to your healthcare provider on what you will need. Use this below link right here. It's fantastic for entry exit requirements and health info, and really use it right up until you travel because things do change. It's always fluid. You need 2 blank pages in your passport. So all of you who travel the world numerous times, just make sure you've got blank pages so that you can get into the country. So traveling with minors, this is really special. Just make sure you check out this link as well, because that might change as well. So if your child is traveling with both parents or one parent, a valid passport is all that's required. If the child is unaccompanied, maybe traveling with a grandparent, they require the below. Copy of the birth certificate, parental consent letters, copy of the passport. Here's all the details right here for you. And let me just scroll down here. Oh, it won't let. Whoops, sorry. And where applicable, yeah, just if there's a deceased parent, just a copy of the court order. So all this information right here, and you can find it. I just copied it off of this link, Traveling with Minors. It's got a ton of information for you. So just check that out. But if you're traveling with one parent, just a birth certificate is fine. So that's easy. It used to be a lot more complicated, and they've made it more entry friendly, I guess you could say.
And the most important thing as well is always have, even myself, I just came back from Ireland on Tuesday and I was traveling with my 5-year-old. My husband wasn't with me. So just make sure you do have a letter to say the other parent has consented to take them out of the country. Sometimes they don't ask for it, but you're better off being equipped with that information. You're better off having it instead not having it, just in case any issues occur. But just a letter, a signed letter would be perfect.
Yeah, when I took my boys to East Africa, I had all the consent letters, but I wasn't asked at all, but it just felt more, I felt better having it just to be safe. So now we're going to get into the itinerary. So basically your arrival day, you're just going to fly into Cape Town. You're going to check into the Present Hotel, fantastic ocean view rooms. So that'll be wonderful. Sit on your little deck and enjoy the views of the ocean. You're going to have a peninsula tour. You're going to have a leisure day. There's so much to do in Cape Town. So nice leisure day. And then you're going to do a Robben Island tour. So you're staying at the President Hotel. I was there last year and there were a lot of families there. So I thought this would be a really great hotel for you. As you can see, sort of right over here, there's a little kids playground. And this all looks out to the ocean.
I stayed in that hotel as well, and it's absolutely gorgeous. It has sort of a
Yeah.
resort. It has a really nice resort feel of it as opposed to a city hotel, but location is absolutely brilliant. Highly, highly, highly recommend this hotel.
Yeah, it's only 50 meters for the Sea Point Promenade, 10-minute drive to the waterfront. So the waterfront is the Victoria and Alfred waterfront. So you might want on your leisure day, go head down there. There's lots of shops, there's a mall, lots of restaurants. It's where the Robben Island tour goes from, the boat. So yeah, and you can rent bikes. There's a pool, kids play area, curio shop. So it's a really great property in Cape Town for families. So I'll just talk a little bit about your peninsula tour. So this will be on your second day. When you arrive, you'll do the peninsula tour. So the peninsula tour takes you along sort of Chapman's Peak Drive. It's beautiful along the ocean, windy kind of road through the rock. You're going to go on a seal island cruise to see the seals, and you're also going to head down to Boulders Beach, which is where the penguins are. So you walk on this sort of wooden walkway promenade down to the beach, and you don't actually go on the beach, but the promenade goes out over the beach so you can see all of the penguins. It's amazing. That was definitely a highlight on this tour.
Watch
This
out
gives you
for
an
the
idea.
baboons. Sorry, Melissa, did you? I know when we went to Boulders Beach, there was baboons everywhere. And I don't know if anyone ever sees on YouTube where the baboons come and steal people's cameras and stuff like that. I witnessed it. Absolutely, it was one of them mind-blowing moments for me. And then you walk down the promenade to the beach, and these cute little happy feet penguins look so friendly, but they come right up to the promenade. It is
Yes.
such, and like, I was a grown up doing this from a kid's perspective. This is just an awe-inspiring moment. It's really,
Yes.
it's amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, they're flipping around in the water, swimming,
Oh,
playing. It's really fun to watch for sure. So this is kind of what your drive looks like, part of your drive along Chapman's Peak. Stunning scenery. You're actually going to stop and you're going to go to Cape Point. So you take a funicular, which is kind of like a little tiny train, and it goes up to a base of where the lighthouse is, and then you walk up these steps and you can see the lighthouse, and then you can either walk or take the funicular back down. Totally recommend walking back down. There's so many viewpoints and it is just gorgeous pictures. The kids will love being able just to go free and, just walk the rest of the way down and stop all along the way. It's fantastic. So you'll go back to the hotel. You'll just have the evening at leisure. Sorry, I should have mentioned you're gonna have lunches included on the peninsula tour in Simonstown. So yeah, you'll have the rest of the day at leisure. You're gonna go have another day at leisure on the July 14th. July 15th, you are gonna go to Robben Island. So this is where Nelson Mandela was incarcerated. So you actually go to the Victoria and Alfred waterfront. You take a ferry across. I think it's about I think I've got information. Yeah, it's about a 45-minute ferry, I believe. So you can see the waterfront where Table Mountain is, and this is the Robben Island. So once you get off the boat, you hop on a bus, a big bus, a coach, and it takes you around the island. And a driver will tell you all about the quarries and just about the experience of the prisoner, tell stories, and then you actually get off the coach and you're met by an ex-prisoner of the island, and they take you on a little walking tour inside. So you'll get to see Nelson Mandela Square. We were lucky. We asked if we could see the kitchen, and there's lots of boards up that have little writings on them just to sort of explain what it was like the prisoners passing notes. And yeah, it's completely fascinating. The kids will probably love seeing Mandela's cell and what it was like for them living there. And there's lots of great stories, and having it firsthand from an actual prisoner, and you can ask them questions. It's a fantastic experience for everyone.
It's sort of a weird vibe, I think, in Robben Island as well. And I think especially having an ex-prisoner who went through it, you can feel the emotions there. And even just to see the size of the cell that Nelson Mandela was held in for 27 years of his life is just, it's mind-blowing. But for those, I'm assuming lots of you haven't been to South Africa yet, the V&A waterfront is actually based on Fisherman's Wharf in San Francisco. So there's a lot of similarities there with Alcatraz and Robben Island being there as well. So the V&A waterfront is a real up and coming area, really cosmopolitan, a fantastic vibe about the place. And then you're taking that boat over to Robben Island to like a different world altogether. It's an incredible experience. Humbling experience as well. A really humbling experience.
Absolutely. Yeah. So you take the ferry that I was on, they actually had a top deck as well. So if the weather's okay, you can sit up at the top deck of the ferry. Otherwise, you can go inside as well. So you're gonna go back to the waterfront. You can have free time at the waterfront if you want, because your afternoon's at leisure. So if you want to just explore the waterfront and eat and shop, go to the mall, you can easily do that and then go back to your hotel. So we are going to leave Cape Town and you're going to fly to Kruger Park. This is my favorite. So you're going to fly into Skukuza Airport. It's about a 2.5-hour flight. And then you transfer about 40 minutes to Kruger Gate Hotel. So really important, your luggage restriction is 20 kgs per person, 8 kgs hand luggage. So Kruger Gate Hotel, you're going to stay in deluxe rooms. It's only like a minute from the park gate. There's great amenities. It's really family friendly. You've got a family pool, a game viewing deck, volleyball. There's a large chessboard, tennis courts, mini golf, fitness center, and a spa. Also, if you go onto their website and you scroll to the bottom of the page, they have a live webcam website. So remember the time difference. So when the kids are in bed, it might be a great idea to check in and see, because it's morning over there, check in to see the water hole and what animals are there. Just check throughout the day, check in the morning. Yeah, so that will get the kids really excited, and adults as well, of course. And also they have a Kruger Gate Junior activity book, Junior Ranger activity book. So if you have young kids who like to color, they have all these pages that you can print off and get them excited about their trip to see the Big Five. So the Big Five is the lion, leopard, elephant, rhino, and buffalo. Of course, we can't guarantee you seeing them, but there's a good chance you will. You're there 3 nights. So, and of course, there's lots of every other animal you can imaginable. But yeah, it'll be really, I love being in the bush, and my boys loved it as well. And just the excitement of finding the next animal, and your driver guides will be super kid family friendly. So, and anything if you've got a specific request, like maybe I just want to see elephant today, they can hunt out and try to find elephant and get the kids involved. So it's really fun.
And the noises they make as well, like these guides, rangers, are incredible. They really, really are. Like your eyes play tricks on you, I think, at times. And I remember
Mm-hmm.
the first time, like they'll do game drives at different times as well. Like the morning experience is completely different to the evening experience. And
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not the biggest animal lover. My husband thinks I'm very strange for that. But there is nothing more amazing that when you're driving along and your game driver is like, look over there, and you just see these eyes peering at you. It is like
Yes.
absolutely incredible. It is such an incredible experience. And every day, would you agree, Melissa, is a little bit, every game drive is a little bit different.
Yes, 100%. Yep, every day is different. One day you might see a leopard and the next day you won't. Or one day you'll see 2 lion, the next day you'll see 5. Like it's
Yeah,
very
but
different.
the drivers are amazing as well. They'll be
Mm-hmm.
talking to another driver that might be wherever on the other side, in another part of the park, and they'll be like, "We saw the cheetah," and like they're
Mm-hmm.
really, really good at their communication, but they know the animal language. Like this is pure, like they're making noises to attract certain animals. It's just absolutely. I want to go on the trip now. I'm selling it to myself here because it is. It's so amazing.
Yeah, and the guides will educate you as well on the animal habitats. So your kids are learning about the animals as well. So they'll come back educated on their habits. Like it's amazing the knowledge that they have.
Mhm.
And your kids will just learn so much from them.
You'll
So your
learn so
first
much. Yeah, like
Yeah,
that's the thing.
absolutely. Yeah, your first your first day in Kruger Park, you're gonna have a full day game drive. So you're gonna go out in the morning, you're gonna have a Boma lunch in the park, so it's kind of like a bush lunch, and then you'll have like a sunset game drive. So you'll have a full day in the park. The next day you're gonna go out in the morning, and then you're gonna go back to the lodge and have lunch, relax, enjoy the pool facilities, and then you'll go back out again and then come back for dinner.
Just to add in, the food as well is second to none. The food, when you talk about a Boma lunch or you think it might be a little picnic, the food will blow your mind. It's absolutely
Mm-hmm.
incredible. And that's probably one of my favorite, I'm a foodie, one of my favorite things about South Africa in general was how good the food was. But on safari,
Mm-hmm.
you are spoilt so much. You really, really are.
Yeah, and if you have any dietary requirements, just let us know ahead of time so that we can let the hotels and lodges know. Your hotels
Hmm.
are usually like a buffet. Um, but yeah, just let us know so that we can accommodate that.
Yeah. You'll not go hungry, put it that way.
So this is the lodge. That's sort of what like kind of like a Boma dinner is like, one of their restaurants outside. So you're in open vehicle game drive, so that's what they look like. So you have an idea.
And you can hear the
There's your
animals.
volleyball.
Yeah, like at night, that the
Yeah.
weirdest thing is listening to that, like listening in the distance, and you're like, oh my God, what is that? And then you find out it's the roar of the lion. Like this isn't being
Mm-hmm.
like in Busch Gardens or a zoo. This is like you're in their own natural habitat. It's just incredible.
Yes. Yeah. So, like I said, family friendly. You've got a volleyball court right there and the big chessboard. So the kids aren't going to be bored in between game drives at all. And I find you're getting up fairly early to do a morning game drive because that's when the animals are the most active. So by the time your morning game drive is done, the kids are usually, and you as well, can be a bit tired. So sometimes people will go back and just have a quick little nap and then go back out again. So yeah. So after your amazing Kruger Park game drives, you're gonna drive to Mpumalanga Airport, and then you're gonna fly from Mpumalanga to Johannesburg. You're gonna hit the road running right away. You're gonna go right to the Apartheid Museum, and you're gonna go to Lesedi Cultural Village. Then you're gonna check into your hotel. So I went to the Apartheid Museum when I was there last year, and me personally, I actually liked it more than Robben Island. I just found it so immersive, and when you first walk in, all of the ID cards of the Jennifer, have you been there before to the Apartheid
No, I
Museum?
haven't been yet. No.
Yeah, so all the ID cards are hanging on the wall, and you have to walk through, and you walk through black or whites only gate. You go in and there's lots of video footage, so you actually get to see what it was like during the apartheid. Lots of interviews of people talking. It's really, really well done and very educational. Really moving, and you really get to experience what it was like living during the apartheid. So after the Apartheid Museum, you're going to go to Lesedi Cultural Village. So this is where you'll get a cultural experience of different tribes around South Africa. And then you're going to have a Boma dinner, and there's performances going on. So again, another great cultural immersion experience for everybody. The dancers like the Zulu, Tosha, they're all, they'll perform in their different, obviously their traditional tribal outfits. You're going to end your trip at the amazing 5-star Da Vinci Hotel and Suites. So this property is fantastic location. It's right by Nelson Mandela Square. So if you want to take the kids over to, there's the Nelson Mandela Mall, you can just walk, it's steps away. So you just get out and walk around after, your flight and then your museum visit. This property is amazing. This is what it looks like. So the next day, really important if you want to do the Soweto tour in the morning, you have to book your late evening flight home. So the Soweto tour is amazing. You're going to hop on your bus, go right to the Soweto township. You're going to stop at Nelson Mandela's house. So you actually get to see where he lived. It's a museum now. You're going to go to Hector Peterson Museum, and you're also going to visit Regina Mundi Church. So you're going to learn all about the political activism, apartheid. Like, it is just a fantastic learning experience for the kids. And to see Mandela's house, that was my favorite part for sure. And right down from Mandela's house is a place called, I don't even know how to say it properly, but Skakuzi restaurant. So it's like a local food. So you get to go there and have lunch, and it's a buffet lunch as well.
And they have an amazing story as well, don't they? The owners of that restaurant have an incredible story to them as well. So it's amazing to visit it.
Yeah, and they're locals. They're locals from Soweto, right?
Yeah,
Jennifer?
yeah, they are.
Yeah,
they are. It's sort of a rags to riches type of story, but and our partners in South Africa love supporting local businesses as well. Like, that's very, very important to Galway and our partners in South Africa, that we're keeping the money there, and they're hiring locals as well. That's the most important part, especially in the townships.
Yeah, absolutely. So then after lunch, it's just going to sort of depend on the timing of the flights. You might sort of check out in the morning and leave your bags with the hotel, or we might just put it on the bus and then go to the airport. Just depends on everybody's flight times. So you'll just drive right to Johannesburg Airport and say goodbye. So you'll have help. We're going to have a guide with you in Cape Town and a guide in Johannesburg. So you'll always have somebody with you. They'll help you with the check-in, and then you get to fly home.
And then plan your next trip.
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah,
just to
on a
reiterate
plane.
what's lovely about this trip, actually, I don't know if you agree, Melissa, it's almost like three different trips in one. Like Cape Town
Yes.
is such a different experience. Like I said, it's a modern city, it's cosmopolitan, it's like the vibe around the V&A waterfront's incredible. And obviously you're experiencing the peninsula tour and the penguins and all that great stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then Kruger is like safari is, I suppose, the epitome of that African experience. And then when you go
Mm-hmm.
to Johannesburg, you're just immersed in the history, the culture. So it's like a bonus 3 holidays in one, in my opinion. And
Absolutely.
it's nobody will be disappointed. Honestly, it's just such an incredible place to visit. Is there room for us,
Absolutely.
Tamika and Michael? Can we get on this trip? Because we've sold it
Yeah,
to
I want to.
ourselves.
Um, I am going to I try to do a stop share. Tamika, did you want to sort of take over? Because that was sort of the end of our presentation.
And I suppose we open to questions if anyone has any questions as well.
Yeah.
Can you give us some more in-depth ideas on what the Robben Island tour is going to be like?
Yeah,
Yeah. So basically, yeah, you just go to the V&A waterfront. You're gonna hop on the ferry, and 45 minutes over to Robben Island. And then you take the bus. There's a guide on the bus who gives you full commentary about the island and the prisoners and their uprising, that just how they really, because most of them were all political prisoners. So they tell stories about that. They'll take you to the quarry where they had to work. Then you hop off the bus and you do a walking tour through the prison. And that's where you get to see Mandela's
so
cell.
it's a very interactive tour that you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's really great the way they start off with the bus tour around. It's not a particularly big island, so you're literally just doing the circumference of it, and you'll see the beautiful scenery as well. They'll talk about stories. I know they've had some weddings. Valentine's Day, for some reason, I can't remember what. There's a special day on Robben Island for whatever reason, but they have had weddings there in the past, which I found fascinating. But and as Melissa said, you will do a walk through the actual
Got
prison.
it.
They'll have so much information. It's a really, really interactive and immersive day. I'm not sure how long the tour is. It's been that long since I've done it, but by the time you get over and back, like that in itself, it can take an hour by the time you get on the boat and get off and that. And then obviously you have it the same going back, but you do have the rest of the afternoon to enjoy the V&A waterfront.
And
Great.
important that we need to have your passports, and you need to bring your passports with you when you go on the tour.
Yeah.
Because in order to
Okay.
book your tickets, I have to have your passport copies in order to book the tickets.
Great. Fantastic. Now, can you please explain how we get from Cape Town up to the Kruger Reserve?
Yeah, so you'll fly on the South African Airlink.
Perfect.
And that's included, Melissa, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that's included in your package price.
And then we will be flying from Kruger to Johannesburg.
Yes. Yeah, same airline, South African Airlink.
How long is that flight?
So I believe I know I just had that slide up. It was an hour and 50 minutes to Skakuza, I believe I had down. So it's under 2 hours.
Okay.
By the time you get on, you're getting off. It's an up and
Yeah.
down one. Yeah. And South African Airlink are a really nice carrier to fly with as well. Just to reiterate what Melissa had said about baggage allowance as well, it is 20 kilos, so which is almost 50 pounds. So be cognitive of that, that they are quite strict when it comes to baggage allowance.
But they're smaller planes. They're not your big planes. They're definitely smaller planes.
And just
Great.
from a clothing perspective, leave the stilettos at home, ladies. That's my advice, okay?
Yeah.
Because you want to wear comfortable footwear. There will be quite a bit of walking. Even when you're going around Cape Town, like you just wear comfortable shoes. My first time doing safari, I was completely unprepared and had little kitten heels on, and I could tell the guides were looking at me thinking, where has this one walked out of? So please just make sure you've got good comfortable shoes on your feet. And
Yeah.
bring layers on the game drives. Like, you're going to be in these open air vehicles. They'll have blankets and stuff there that if you do get cool, that you can warm up. But I think it's always good to have layers. Weather wise, it's not like it is there opposite to us in North America, but it doesn't get too cold. But sometimes early in the morning or later in the evening, it might get cooler. So you're definitely better off having like zip up hoodie type things, in my opinion, anyway.
Great. Could you please end the screen share?
Oh, sure. Let me
Yes.
see. Sorry about that.
No. Can you also go over the big five again? I know you ran through it pretty quick.
Did I? Oops,
Yes,
sorry.
you
Did I
ran through
actually end it or no?
No, you're still on your screen, Melissa. So if you just go to where it says, I think it should be, it
Share?
shows, yeah, stop. Is there stop screen share?
I don't see it. Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. Let's see if, I don't know where the stop screen share is either. It should.
Yeah, it's weird.
No worries. We'll just leave it up there.
Sorry about that. I can go
No,
back
it's okay.
to my presentation.
Oh, you're on your presentation. That's
So
fine,
you
Melissa.
have
So don't-
something to look at instead of us.
No, you're still looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're looking at that.
So the big five, I can run that by you again. That is right.
This is what they all want to see. They want to see those.
Yeah, absolutely. So the big five is, can you see?
It's the lion. Is it the
lion,
lion? The leopard?
leopard.
Rhino?
No, rhino's not a big five.
Oh.
It's
Elephant?
right here. Lion, leopard, elephant, rhino, and buffalo. Sorry, rhino is.
Yeah.
I always think the cheetah is, but it's not. It's the lion and leopard.
And you're going to see, so like the giraffe are incredible to see as well. And you know what's amazing as well as zebras. Zebras are amazing. Like, there's so many other animals that aren't the big five. I know everyone has the big five on their bucket list, but even the impala that they have, and the wildebeest, I think that's how you say it.
Wildebeest.
There's so many other animals as well. And listen, it's mind blowing. And I'm not a big animal lover. I hate the zoo. I know I'm strange, but doing safari is just absolutely incredible.
And you don't feel like you're in a zoo at all, because the zoo is very different than the actual wild, right? You're in the wild.
Listen, you're a Discovery Channel type of stuff going on. And when you can see one of the animals getting a kill as well, you think, oh God, the poor, but it's just the natural habitat. This is how the cookie crumbles type of thing. It's incredible.
So I'm telling you, I've probably been on 100 game drives and I have never seen a kill, never. So if you do, it's something, I wouldn't say special, but it's,
Melissa, I saw a kill.
I have not, and I've been on so many game drives.
The next one. It could be on this trip next July. You just have to book yourself on, Melissa.
Yeah.
Join us, Melissa. We wanted also, you could talk a little bit about how the rooms are chosen, since we do have several room categories and they are all oceanfront when we get into Cape Town. Could you talk a little bit about the different levels of rooms we do have?
Yeah, so at the President's Hotel in Cape Town, we have the deluxe room. We have the family room. So Kruger Gate Hotel, there's also a deluxe family room. So you have to, Michael has all the different price categories for the different rooms. So we only have a certain number blocked off. So you really have to decide which category fits your family and book onto it to make sure that you get that room category. So book as soon as possible. We've also got a 2-bedroom family ocean suite at the President Hotel. A deluxe family room at Kruger Gate. So we have reserved a number of family rooms as well. Yeah, that's pretty much the different categories, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, 2-bedroom family ocean suite, 2-bedroom suite at Da Vinci as well in Johannesburg. Yeah, that's I think that's all the room categories that we've got. So it just suits whatever your family configuration is.
And if you go onto the hotel's website, you can even get an idea of what those rooms look like. And again, depending on how big, as Melissa said, what your family needs are as well. The bigger the room, the bigger the price. So
and if If anyone's interested, I'll be glad to share that with you. If questions about the categories, please feel free to reach out to me directly, and I'll be glad as the agent to help you with that. We'll also be making available, if you need to come early, there's not a problem. Go Away is very flexible, and we can book additional rooms prior to the original date. If you want to come into Cape Town early, that's not a problem. Or if you want to stay in Johannesburg an extra few days, we can help you and accommodate you with that as well. So please don't feel like we're just limited to the trip that we have. We have no problems extending the trip for you if you want to spend additional days in either Cape Town, arriving before we get started on the 12th, or staying in Johannesburg after the 20th, and we'll get you set up for that. That's not a problem. So thank you, ladies, for coming and joining us today. We really appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to come and talk to us, and we're really excited about planning this trip so that we can bring these single parents who travel group to South Africa and let them actually enjoy the culture and the lushness of this country. We're very excited about it. And for those that are watching this video, we're going to be offering an additional sale off of all our packages. We're going to do a flash sale, and we're going to do that until Monday. So please take a look at the next post we're going to put up where we have the details of that. We're going to offer you guys $100 off for all adults and $50 off for children. If you decide you want to join us on this trip, this is the flash sale, and we want you to join us. So reach out to us if you have any questions. Again, ladies, thank you for joining us, and we appreciate you coming on today, and we will talk to you soon.
Thank you very much.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Guys.
You guys have a great day.
Bye, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.